Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. This is RAERAE all day. You can also catch me on IG at All Day RAERAE and also on Threads. Real Housewives of Miami was giving like they always do. Ooh, Anna came back. I forgot how to pronounce her last name, child. I ain't gonna even try. But she came back. Adrianna thought she was doing her big one. See, Adrianna's a messy little thing. You know, I remember her from something. I don't remember her from where, but I remember her from something back in the day where she was just a mess. But ooh, Alexia and Marysol wasn't well, here I am starting off already. I didn't even really fully introduce it. But yeah, Real Housewives of Miami, season 6, episode 10. Here we go. Alexia and Marysol. Okay, so previous episode, right? What's her name? Dr. Nicole was wanting to give Lisa a little pick-me-up, cheer me up, because you know her soon-to-be ex-husband Lenny, the trashy soon-to-be ex-husband. Oh, ain't he trifling? Oh, and his mama, all that terrorizing they doing. See, couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me. Been windmilling all over that place. Somebody would have got socked by now. It would have been me and that mama in the room arguing and somebody leaving out, and it would be me. Because I don't like all that bullying stuff. You know, ain't no need to be bullying on people unless you got something to hide or you a little, conniving. But I don't like that, how they treat Lisa. It's just so trifling and cold and mean and just, And plus, she too old. Lenny mama is way too old to be in the mix. Especially when they got little kids. And poor little kids, no telling what they being told and opinions are being formed and caring. And they're already a little bad, Anywho. Whew. Anyway, so Dr. Nicole, she's throwing Lisa a little, pick-me-up party because her Mother's Day was a little thwarted, and she wanted to make her feel better, with everything going on. Plus, of course, have an event on the books and, just have a nice time with the ladies. But that didn't go well because Adrianna was telling Nicole that she was bringing Anna, whatever her last name is. And Nicole's like, oh, okay, cool. Now, see, Dr. Nicole was too busy being a doctor to be worrying about these petty arguments these girls are doing. And she don't follow Anna on social media like that. Child, production and flashback to Anna, her daughter, or whoever else, having their little podcast just lambasting Alexia and Marysol. I think her daughter, it's just some horrible things that's being said coming from Anna's camp. And so once the party was underway, they came in. Alexia's just so brazen and bold and just thinks she owned everything. Oh, I don't like her. Not really, I don't. She was like, well, who is Anna? Who is this? And just automatically blamed Dr. Nicole for starting ish and wanting, and Marysol was like, who? Oh, Dios mío. Yeah, girl. Yeah, that's her. That's her. So they put up a big old stink, a big old fuss, arguing and carrying on. Anna wasn't even there yet. They just knew that Dr. Nicole was starting ish. And she was like, well, I don't know what's really going on. And, I don't involve myself. Like I said, she don't involve herself. She is a doctor. She ain't got time to be all up in that mess. She, as you can see, Dr. Nicole is not in any mess as far as I recall. So what's her name? Marysol and Alexia storm out, child. The girls talking in the parking lot when they're starting to come up to the party and seeing that Marysol and Alexia is getting in the car about to go. Where you going, girl? What's up? What's up? And then Lisa pulls up, her and Larsa pull up in Lisa's maid's car or her babysitter's car, whoever, her nanny's car. It's like a, regular car. It's real tiny, probably costs $10,000, something like a Kia, or is it Honda? I don't know, child, what kind of car it was. But they were like, what? Because, Lisa wanted to rub it in their face, since they were all questioning, why do you need this car and all this money to do this when you don't even have it? Because the previous episode, Lisa was talking about how her expenses were an issue with Lenny, but it's the same expenses she had during the marriage. So under her guise, she's allowed to do what she's been doing. But Lenny is like, I don't want you no more. Stop spending my money. But she don't see that. She don't get that. Girl, if you don't stack your chips, luckily, hopefully, and luckily, the money she gets from this show is just hers, because it's a pretty penny. I'm pretty sure she can live on with her taking care of the kids. But, just purposefully spending more and more, or, spend a little less. Don't spend the same or more. Talking about $10,000 bill from DoorDash or whatever, the delivery food service, whatever that is. I'm like, girl, how much in a month? Girl, what are you buying? Child, ain't that much. And who's eating it? Because you sure ain't eating it, girl. Anywho, so the girls outside hooping and hollering about who's invited, and they're mad. And Lisa's like, who? So now Lisa's offended because Lisa hates Anna too. And so they're just talking whoop-de-whoops. So everybody else goes upstairs except for Marysol and Alexia. They're like, well, we may come back, we may not. So of course, where they go. They go to the bar, probably down there where the Honda cars be. Shout out to Funky Diva. I wonder, did they go to that particular bar? Anywho, so they upstairs and they arguing more, and apparently Lisa is offended because Guerdy had questioned, does her man pay for this and for that? And Lisa was like, well, let's see how much. What is your net worth? What is your status at the bank? Shout out to Lenithia, okay, for that line. Now that's one of my favorite lines from Lenithia. What is your status at the bank? I'm gonna use that more often than now. But yeah, Lisa was just, and then what's her name? Julia. Julia also offends Lisa because of, questioning about, were your kids tucked in the bed? Were they okay? And you just left your kids in a situation. Lisa's like, my kids were going to sleep. Hello. So, everybody's questioning Lisa's, parenting and, and how she's moving. I'm like, y'all. So I understand Lisa is real hesitant to, and then she wants to show them that she can do whatever she wants to do, pretty much, because it's really none of their business. Hello. So then Anna arrives, right? And off the rip, Anna arrives, right? And off the rip, Lisa is just going in about why Marysol and Alexia ain't there. And I'm like, this is not the time. Folks don't understand when it's not the time to say stuff. I think they, really don't have the couth or the bandwidth to understand when is a good time to discuss and disclose things. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, so Anna arrives and shows support to Lisa, but Lisa's like, oh, you do? Lisa was just shocked, mouth wide open, because she expected, bullshit to come from Anna, considering their previous dealings. So Anna was like, no. I support you. And it's like, and it's it's F Lenny all day. That's how I feel about it. So it's like, okay, thank you. She was a little shocked. And then Kiki and Adrianna get into it, child, talking about all this, that, and the third that's going on. And I'm like, it's too much fights going on. So Kiki will go back downstairs. She's like, I'm leaving. So everybody wants to storm out, and Dr. Nicole's like, oh, Dios mío. That's the whole thing. Oh, Dios mío. So then Kiki runs into, guess who? Freaking Fred of Miami, Marysol and Alexia. They come back. Oh, we're not gonna let anybody just run us out of our ish. Yeah. Y'all was told to come back by production. Y'all had a permission to not film. So go on back. Plus, y'all need the money anyway. So all three of them come back. Kiki's still mad because pretty much Adrianna brought Anna to start some ish. But everybody thinks Dr. Nicole, not everybody, just a few people who knew, which is Julia, Adrianna, and Anna, knew that it was Adrianna that brought her, not Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole just okayed the +1 when Adrianna called her in a previous episode. So, child, it was just a mess. So they all going back and forth, trying to confront Anna about, what how she's talking about them on her podcast. And it was like, I haven't said anything about anybody. Okay, well, tell me what I said about everybody. I hate when people do that. You know what the hell you said about people. I don't need to go one by one, nor do I need to remember everything. But I tell you what I do remember, I will say. And that's what Alexia should have did. But Alexia likes to pop off her mouth and not really follow through. But Marysol had her ish right there. You said this about me. You said that about me. No, I didn't. My daughter did. Well, your daughter is an extension of you, Heifer, and you sure didn't say no. So you said it. Marysol is done. D-U-N. Okay. So then they're arguing with Dr. Nicole. And then all this arguing, they show a montage of everybody arguing and fighting and fussing. And Guerdy had surgery the next day, and she ain't got time, so she left, child. So speaking of Guerdy, the next scene is she's having her surgery, and it's very emotional. Her and her husband go in to the hospital at 4 in the morning, and then she's getting, all ready for surgery. Of course, we like to wear our braids when we're going in under the knife, child, so we ain't got to mess with our hair for the next however long. Put on a scarf, greasing our edges and scalps and carrying on, I wonder, does her husband grease her scalp? That'd be so cute. Mm-hmm. Anywho, so yeah, she's talking to her parents, and her mom is really emotional. She can't even say goodbye off the phone. And Guerdy's trying to be strong, Guerdy, but she breaks down because her mom really couldn't, speak. And then her husband kind of just, look, I'm getting a little emotional too, my voice cracking. It was real touching. So her husband gets on the phone and ends the call. And then Dr. Nicole calls while Guerdy is still in surgery, and just giving a pep talk and letting them know she's available, and no one else called, or at least they didn't show it. So then she comes out of surgery, and they show the doctor talking to her husband. What's his name? Russell? About, the future. Now everything went well. And I believe she said, we just have to wait for the pathology of the margins from around the cancer that they took out. I think they did a lumpectomy, not a mastectomy, but a lumpectomy. That's when they go in and take a lump of breast tissue, which contains the cancer as well as a certain area around the cancer to test also for the cancer cells. So if it's contained in that one area, also they took lymph nodes too. So they want to see if there's any cancer cells in the lymph nodes. And if so, that will determine the course of treatment. If not, that will still determine the course of whatever treatment moving forward Guerdy decides to have. So that's the difference between a mastectomy. Mastectomy, of course, is when they take the breast, all of that tissue, or double, they take both breast sides. But yeah, lumpectomy is just that chunk of tissue with the cancer and margins around it. And 9 times out of 10, like I mentioned, they take some lymph nodes to test them, because usually if the cancer's in the body, they want to test the lymph node tissue, since that goes throughout the body and feeds tissues and here and there and different organs. And then they want to test. Anyway, that's a whole long drawn out story, but I think you get the gist of what I'm talking about. So yeah, that was pretty much it for Guerdy and her surgery. So Guerdy's healing well. Next, we got Adrianna after the party visiting Julia, and Julia is questioning her about, why are you bringing that woman who has this information that could possibly hurt somebody else, especially somebody else I'm trying to get to know? Adrianna takes offense because she doesn't like the fact that Julia's trying to get to know an enemy. Oh, again, too old for this, too old for this. And Julia, is just, trying to check Adrianna because, she's mad. She's upset that Adrianna would do something like that. And that's not the type of best friend I want to have. And Adrianna took her shoes, took her purse, and walked out in the midst of Juliana talking. So she mad. She mad. Child, whatever. Be mad. Wait, what did Kiki see? Be mad, be glad, scratch ass. That's from Love and Marriage, Huntsville. And that's going to be another show I'm reviewing, in case you didn't know. I'll be filming that this weekend, so look out for that, y'all. So yeah, that was the end of that scene, child, where Adrianna stormed out, took her shoes, and left. Next, we got Dr. Nicole and Anthony looking at their renovations they're doing to their house, and she's making sure that he's making room for the baby to come, because they're going to have another kid before they get married, because they want both of the kids to walk down the aisle with them and whatnot and not what. So that's, their arrangement. And then she goes in and talks about the mommy party, which was a disaster, and how at the same time, how production does flashbacks between people talking. And Marysol and Alexia, remember, Marysol comes over to Alexia's, and they gossiping too about the party and just go, I just can't believe Dr. Nicole would do this. Dr. Nicole didn't do a damn thing. That's what they don't get. And that's what Julia was trying to explain to Adrianna, like, you have caused all this, and Dr. Nicole is taking the brunt of it. It needs to be cleared up. Child, we gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see who gonna clear that up. But yeah, that was it, y'all. That was it for Real Housewives of Miami, season 6, episode 10. I'm checking my notes. Let me see. I'm checking. Oh, Southern Charm. I'll be recording that later. Me and my girl, psychic_ELB. But yeah, that was it for Real Housewives of Miami. Yeah, season 6, episode 10. So y'all, just a quick, don't forget Drag Race Live. Me and my girl, psychic_ELB, will be doing that tonight, Friday, January 5th, and at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thanks again for tuning in for Real Housewives of Miami, season 6, episode 10. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.